a true crime podcast where best friends and next-door neighbors, Willow and Lillian, spill the tea on murder, mysteries, and other things that go bump in the night. So get your favorite teacup ready, and let's get into it. Welcome to Cruelty Podcast. This is Lillian, and with me is Merris.
Hello.
Because it's Merris Monday.
Yeah.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
Bags of tea.
Yeah, that's right. Tea bags.
Today we're going to talk about some dumb and weird stuff, as per usual.
Oh, good.
We're going to talk about the Annunaki.
Yeah.
And I believe every word of this nonsense. Why not? It's not any less dumb than anything else.
Lizard people.
Or any more dumb. Whatever. I don't know words. So our story starts like 7 million years ago,
Wow.
give or take,
Yeah.
when people were monkeys.
Yeah.
Don't believe that? Go away. It is the year of our Lord, 2024. Just leave it alone. Evolution happened. Calm down.
It's like
Anyway.
Planet of the Apes, the documentary.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a documentary.
Yeah.
You bastard, you blew it up. One of those monkeys stood up on his own little two-leggy legs,
Uh-huh.
and shit was about to get real.
Oh, my God.
Well, I mean, it took a few million years.
Did he
for
throw
them-
his shit, or?
No,
Oh.
to make weapons and tools. And then they made fire. And there's a movie called The Quest for Fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's about cavemen, and it's, well, it was sure something. And then there was like a whole thing in the late 70s and early 80s where there was like a run on caveman movies.
Yeah.
I recommend The Quest for Fire and Clan of the Cave Bear. And by recommend, I mean they are silly and very weird, but enjoy.
Right.
Anyway, a few more million years, and these walking monkeys made spearheads.
Yeah.
And then a couple more million years, they made different and better spearheads.
Wow.
It seemed like things were going pretty slow, honestly. It was over 300,000 years ago
Uh-huh.
that we appeared. Homo
Whoa.
sapien sapien.
Yeah.
That's us. In all of our naked ape glory. We fucked and murdered the Neanderthals out of existence.
Yeah.
And then our technology went nuts. Like in a very strange and unnatural way. Almost like we had help or something.
Ancient astronaut theorists say yes.
Those sluts always say yes.
Uh-huh.
We went from living in caves and rough shelters to farming and hunting and building cities like Göbekli Tepe.
Mm-hmm.
Göbekli Tepe was one of the first cities. It was more like a gathering place. And it was built 30,000 years ago. And we went from taking millions of years to make a different sort of spearhead to 30,000 years, and we're landing on the fucking moon. So how did it accelerate so fast? Now, the answer is probably really science-y and stuff.
And smart, yeah.
Yeah, but we're not interested in any of that crap.
Only dumb.
Magic space aliens clearly had a hand in shaping our destiny.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about them.
Yes.
These magic boys descended from the heavens on flaming chariots or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and saw us being monkeys and monkeying around in general.
And their little handbags, you know.
Yeah. We were violent and stupid and ugly, and they thought, you know what? With some genetic engineering and some beatings, these monkeys will make great slaves.
Yeah.
And those magic space boys were the Annunaki. Yeah. But like all good things, they had to come to an end. We, the naked monkeys, rose up against our masters,
Uh-huh.
and to punish us, they flooded the earth.
Oh, no.
You'll find this myth in the Bible, ancient Sumerian texts, indigenous American texts, ancient Egypt. I could go on just not even nearly all cultures
Uh-huh.
in the world has an ancient story of a great flood. There has to be some truth to it then, which...
Or maybe just places flooded a lot.
Oh, no. Not like kind of flooded.
Uh-huh.
Like flooded so much there was no life left, really.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, now our story takes us to Sumer, an ancient civilization in Mesopotamia, the Fertile Crescent.
Mm.
The cradle of civilization. Before Egypt made their pyramids, these dudes built ziggurats and step pyramids. Thousands and thousands of years ago, the Sumer was the first major empire in the world. They created riding, the plow, sailboats, the wheel. They were busy, busy little bees.
Mm-hmm.
They did complicated math, thanks assholes, that we still use today.
We don't like that, no.
No. And astronomy. In a word, they were rad, and much of modern society has its roots there. Sumer was founded 7,000 years ago. In 7,000 years, we have invented the, airplane, space flight, A fucking Hadron Collider and AI.
Mm-hmm.
But Homo sapiens sapien emerged 300,000 years ago. What the absolute fuck were we doing before Sumer? Just sitting around with our fingers up our butts?
I was.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Why the sudden sharp increase in technology? Ancient texts, woo, make the noise, woo,
Woo, woo, woo, woo, woo.
from Sumer tell us what we were doing. We were slaves to the Annunaki mining for gold. Who are the Annunaki? Where do they come from? What did they want? Why gold in particular?
Uh-huh.
Well, hold on to your butts or tits, bags of tea. I'm going to tell you.
Is it for their little handbags?
No,
Oh.
although they are pictured with little handbags and pine cones.
Yeah.
Don't know why. In every culture, by the way.
But if someone said, like, the pine coat is your pineal...
It's ancient astronaut
they
theorists
said, yeah.
that
They
shit.
said so, yeah.
First, let's talk about gold. It's a superconductor, very soft and malleable. It's used in cancer treatment, computers, space travel. It is far more useful than just being pretty. Gold can also be used to clean the atmosphere.
Ooh.
Anunnaki were aliens from a world where the environment was all fuckered up from pollution and greenhouse gases and stuff.
Oh, sounds familiar.
Yeah, they needed mass quantities of gold to save them and their planet, Nibiru.
Oh, no.
Gold is not plentiful in the universe. In fact, it is very rare, but we have tons of it on Earth. So the Anunnaki came to our planet 450,000 years ago and pushed our evolution, bred us to be a slave race to harvest and mine all the gold on our world for them so they could clean up their planet.
But we're mining it for ourselves.
Well, now,
Yeah.
calm down.
Oh.
You're getting ahead of things.
Okay.
So Nibiru is what most people call Planet X, and it revolves around our sun too, but it takes a long-ass time, like think thousands of years, to make a full revolution. So we only see it every few thousand years or so. Anyway, that's boring. The existence of Nibiru is hotly debated, and ultimately space is stupid, so we're going to move past that.
Yeah.
Instead, we're going to talk about the absolute fantasy Star Wars science fiction Dune L. Ron Hubbard story of the Anunnaki.
Oh, boy.
Once upon a time, 450,000 years ago to be precise, Anu was the ruler of the Anunnaki.
Mm-hmm.
The planet was fucked because of factories polluting the air. The plants were dying, the people were dying. It was a bad time.
Yeah.
Almost like now.
Almost like the now times. Yeah.
Almost like the now times.
Yeah.
If you just pollute the shit out of your planet for profit, it's bad.
Okay.
Anyway, until this crisis, they used skyscrapers that scrubbed the air of pollution. But one day, a bunch of fucking volcanoes erupted and just ruined the atmosphere. The air-scrubbing skyscrapers couldn't keep up. The atmosphere was breaking down, the ozone layer was fucked and full of holes, and the Anunnaki were sad.
That is sad.
And lo, they were sad.
Mm-hmm.
Anunnaki were giant humanoid aliens that lived for 200,000 years. So they had to figure this shit out because they lived a long time, and that was really miserable.
Yeah.
All hope seemed to be lost until Anu's son, Enlil, approached him with a plan on how to save Nibiru.
Oh, dang.
Enlil said that gold could help clean the atmosphere. It would absorb the radiation of the sun. But there wasn't much gold on Nibiru. It was very, very rare. So they sent out spaceships in search of planets with lots of gold. And they found Earth.
Dang.
Yeah. Full of gold and violent walking monkeys with sticks. That's us.
Oh, okay.
And Leo was like, Earth is awesome. Lots of water, lots of gold. The atmosphere is thin, but has a strong magnetic field, so it has a better ozone layer. They called Earth Kai. And Nibiru only passed close to Earth once every 3,600 years, and they were on a close approach conveniently. So it was time to invade Earth, strip it of its resources to save Nibiru.
Mm-hmm.
And Leo acknowledged that the Earth did have kind of intelligent yet primitive life on it. And Leo said that the creatures on Earth were violent and in great numbers could pose problems.
Mm-hmm.
So Anu suggested going with the Ajiji. I'm not making these words up, I promise.
The fuck is an Ajiji?
The Ajiji were a race enslaved to the Anunnaki who really loved having slaves, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
These guys look kind of like your typical gray alien, but they were tall. Anu sent 300 Anunnaki and 600 Ajiji to Earth to start harvesting resources. Like the Anunnaki, the Ajiji were 12 to 15 feet tall and had elongated skulls.
Mm-hmm.
And you see elongated skulls depicted in like ancient Earth artworks, and there were even ancient people who bound their heads to force their skulls to elongate.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like they had an example to work from.
I'm not buying it, but go on.
Yeah, well, you might buy it.
Okay.
Or you won't.
No.
After mucking about on Mars for a bit, they decided to land in the Fertile Crescent near the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, Mesopotamia. The Ajiji got to work right away, and they were given 7 days to build the city of Eridu, which is very biblical. The Anunnaki were real assholes to the Ajiji. They got that shit done, and then the Ajiji mined gold from the earth day in and day out for 150,000 years. Sounds shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Enki was also the son of Anu and ruled over this slave settlement on Earth. He was pleased with how much gold they were getting out of the Earth, but he was like, could you just work harder and get more?
Yeah.
And Enki didn't like being a dick, but his planet was dying, so he had to be a dick.
Okay.
Again, he told his slave masters to torture the Ajiji, beat them, fry them with particle guns or whatever, all to make sure that more and more gold was funneled to Nibiru. Well, the Ajiji McFucking had it with that shit.
Yeah.
And so they started talking shit amongst themselves. They're like, Inky's a fucking pussy.
Yeah, right.
He's gonna kill him.
Sucks.
Fuck this dude. And, as one does.
Yeah.
And then they revolted.
Okay.
The revolt was squashed. Enlil wanted to, kill the Ajiji in general. He's like, fuck these guys.
Uh-huh.
But Enki was like, dude, nah, we were being dicks. We deserved this. And I want to be pals with the Ajiji, but we're not going to make them mine anymore because they've really McFucking had it with that.
Right.
So we're just going to need new slaves, like particular mine slaves. And, maybe this is why everyone loves Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
We were mine slaves, so we long for the mines.
We do long for the mines, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Enki had an idea.
Mm-hmm.
He saw the, monkeys walking around, being violent monkeys, slinging their poop.
Yeah.
And he decided it was time to genetically engineer them to be smarter. He wanted them to be submissive, not as smart as the Anunnaki. Mm-hmm. So he took hominids to the lab, and shit went bad. His experiments created monsters, so he had to kill them all. And they weren't very submissive, breedable femboys like we all hoped.
Yeah.
Finally, they got it to work by splicing Anunnaki genes with hominid genes, probably Homo erectus.
Whoa.
And implanted an embryo into a hominid female.
Uh-huh.
And a baby was born.
A babby.
A babby. And it looked much like we do today. It was Homo sapiens sapien.
Yeah.
They named this child, a boy, Adamu.
Like from Battlestar Galactica?
That's Adama. Put respect on his name, Admiral Adama.
He could have been the first man.
Adamu, Adam. Get it?
Okay.
God. Lots of ancient cultures have this story, that a god or gods made man in their image, either from their blood or tears or fluids.
Poo-poo?
No, like jizz.
Oh.
Mixed with the clay of the earth. The Babylonians, Sumerians, Hebrew, and ancient Egyptians had some variations of this Adam and Eve story.
Okay.
If you hear the shit about a missing link, it's important to note, how true it is.
Mm-hmm.
We went from shit-slinging walking monkeys to human beings very suddenly.
We're still, throwing our poo-poo.
Well, sure, but not... Shut up.
Okay.
There was nothing gradual in our evolution towards the end. One day, we were just humans.
Yeah.
So put a pin in that and keep it in mind, and let's get back to our silly little story.
Okay.
Yeah. After creating Adamu, the Anunnaki created Hiva, a female version of this mashup between them and our monkey ancestors. Mm-hmm. They wanted the new humans to bang it out and be fruitful and whatnot. Yeah. The Anunnaki taught them how to farm, how to build stuff, and generally have a society. They put them to work mining gold, and the Anunnaki were so jazzed that the humans turned out to be submissive and breedable that they let us look at their secret garden, Eden. It was sacred, too.
Yeah.
Turns out maybe a little too breedable. The new humans didn't resemble their monkey beginnings at all. They looked like the Anunnaki, but just shorter. And as a result, the Anunnaki dudes were like, fuck's sake, human ladies are hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Enki got a giant forbidden boner for a human lady.
Uh-huh.
But this was, again, forbidden. You don't boink your gold mining slaves.
I mean, you can.
Well, Enki couldn't help himself. and much banging was had
Oh my God.
until she had a son named Adapa.
Not the Battlestar Galactica guy.
You leave Admiral Adama out of this. He doesn't have anything to do with this shit. It had been hundreds of years since the human race was born, and up until this point, they were docile and kind of dumb and eager to serve their Anunnaki masters. But Adapa was very smart and not quite so docile, and he married a woman named Atiti. Atiti, I see. So a new line of hybrid humans arose, and they weren't really very happy with being slaves. They wanted gold for themselves because shiny.
Yeah.
And they wanted power.
Right.
And they were also really violent.
Yeah.
These new hybrid humans were horny and pissed off.
Yeah. They're rad.
They are. The new humans, just could not contain their boners and soon replaced the submissive humans. Eridu, the city, was now overcrowded and violence was out of control. The farms nearby couldn't sustain these violent breeding like rabbits humans. Enlil thought this was some bullshit, so he thought to decrease the population with plagues.
Yeah,
First
good plan,
drought,
good plan. Mm-hmm.
then pestilence, and
Yeah.
finally famine.
Yeah.
And every time the humans would beg Inky, who's a real softy bitch, let's just be clear. They're like,
Okay.
Inky, dude, your brother's being a right cunt. Help. And so Inky was like, indeed. And he set the world to its natural state again. And then Leo was like, why are you fucking things up?
Yeah.
Now, after all this mess, the Anunnaki had enough gold to save Nibiru, so they were done with humans and cast them out of Eden and Eridu. Some stayed, though, and these formed sexual relationships with the Anunnaki, and the children born from these unions became demigods,
Hell yeah.
like Perseus, Hercules, and Gilgamesh. But some humans got down and nasty with the Ajiji, and from these unions were born monsters. They were giants called the Nephilim. And the Nephilim were bastards and tortured and murdered humans and ate them.
Cool.
And then humans are spreading all over the world and became more powerful and created empires. Too bad their shit was about to get rocked.
Oh no.
A new star appeared in the sky. And as the weeks and months passed, it got brighter and bigger.
Dang.
It was Nibiru. The
Uh-oh.
Anunnaki were going home as their home planet's revolution around the sun finally made its way back to Earth.
Okay.
And the Anunnaki wanted the hell out of Dodge before that nonsense happened because the closeness of Nibiru was going to cause horrific natural disasters.
All right.
Yeah. So when Nibiru was very close, the Anunnaki left in their flaming chariots, and the planet looked as large as the moon in the sky.
Dang.
You could see features on it like clouds and oceans and mountains. Then it was visible during the day, too. And it just kept getting closer
Oh, no.
and closer. Yeah. When it got as close as it would get, the earth began to shake. Violent earthquakes were tearing through the whole planet. Whole tectonic plates shifted. Thunder split the sky that was just so loud it was deafening. Then flaming stones rose from the earth like a volcano
Oh my
into
God.
the sky, and the sky itself turned black.
Oh,
Then there was a rain of the flaming rock as it fell back down from going up.
that's bullshit.
As it do. The oceans were heaving and churning. Storms were brewing, big ones. And imagine 40 hurricanes at once. Rain poured down so hard it would leave welts and cuts and bruises on the skin.
Oh no.
Waves washed over the land in huge tsunamis, killing thousands. Tornado-force winds blew all over the earth. And all of a sudden, after hours of this, it all stopped. But not really. And when the people looked out who were left after not being murdered to death, they saw the ocean had just completely receded. It was
Yeah.
gone.
Oh no.
Oh, it wasn't gone. It was coming right on back.
Oh no.
And like a tsunami-sized Mount Everest
Yep.
that raced over the entire world.
That's bullshit.
And it killed most everything and everyone on Earth
Yeah.
in a great flood.
That sucks.
And Leo was totally chill with all the humans getting wiped out.
Yeah.
They'd served their purpose, but Inky still had such a boner for humanity that he decided a few should be saved. And I'm not going to even try to attempt to pronounce his name. It starts with an E.
Mm-hmm.
But Inky told a wise and good human and his family that all this shit was going to go down. So he built a big boat and put the seeds of every animal and plant and bird and shit on it. An ark, if you will.
Yeah, was that guy named Noah?
No, this is
Oh.
pre-Noah.
Dang, it's Noah's dad or something.
No, this is like 3,000 years before that story.
Oh.
This pre-Noah kept the seeds of animals and plants instead of just the animals, and he sailed until he found land, and then he started life anew. This is from the Epic of Gilgamesh, which was written 3,000 years before the story of Noah's Ark, so about 5,000.
Well, you sure
6,000
showed
years
me.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you. Every culture on Earth has a flood myth, and all of them are very similar. There is something to that, I think. Our collective consciousness remembers something, a time when all the Earth was flooded and everything on the surface died like a bitch. In order to keep us under control, the Anunnaki shortened our lifespans, made us get sick easier, made childbirth painful and dangerous for both the baby and the mother, and they thought this would help keep our population under control because
They
they're
were
stupid.
wrong.
We still fuck like rabbits,
Yeah.
dum-dum. But they made this to where we could never rise up against them again. So humans tried again, and villages sprouted up, of course. All the knowledge that they had before the flood was lost, but Inky and Enlil were like, dang, these bitches are like cockroaches.
Yeah, we are.
They're like impossible to kill, so they were impressed.
Yeah.
So the fucking dickwad Anunnaki returned to give us the gift of civilization.
No, thanks.
And then they taught us math. What the fuck?
Did they every time they come back, are they ruining the Earth with another flood with their planet, or?
Well, I'll get to that.
Uh-oh.
And then they taught us how to build pyramids and obelisks all over the
Oh
world.
boy, thanks.
And there's a whole that would require a whole nother episode for its purpose. Just magic bullshit. That's all
Okay.
you need to know.
Yeah.
All of this was written on ancient Sumerian tablets. There were mentions of gods who rode on flaming chariots, who created us, gods who flooded the world when we got too big for our britches, and gods who helped us relearn some of what was lost. Every culture has similar stories, literally every single one.
Mm-hmm.
Nibiru is set to return in 2900.
Good thing I'll be dead.
2900, yeah. Yeah, I'll be dead so it can fuck shit up for all I care.
Yeah, I don't care.
So, is any of this true?
No.
Yes and no is the answer.
Okay.
So, this story was originally written by a man named Zachariah Sitchin.
Okay.
He's not an archaeologist or scientist of any kind. I think he, sold cars. He taught himself Sumerian cuneiform poorly.
Yeah.
And then he made all these translations poorly.
Yeah.
So, it's probably not true, but that doesn't mean that it's wholly false. The city of Eridu was found by archaeologists with a tomb containing the remains of the queen, of the first Sumerian dynasty.
Okay.
This queen should be, according to the story, a human Anunnaki hybrid.
Uh-huh.
And sure enough, when her remains were removed, she was too tall. Her skull was enormous and elongated.
Dang.
And they're trying to get DNA tests on her, but of course, traditional scientists are going, nay,
Right.
she just had a birth defect.
Yeah, right. She was just weird.
In Peru, many elongated skulls were found, and when their DNA was tested, it revealed that they came from the Middle East. Over 3,000 years ago, back when you couldn't hop on a flight and there weren't really boats to make it across the world.
Yeah.
From the largest Peruvian skull there, the really big one,
Mm-hmm.
its DNA originated in Mesopotamia.
Okay.
They don't know how those people got there.
No.
Yeah. In 2015, researchers found a planet the size of Neptune with a huge, far-reaching elliptical orbit. We don't have a picture of it yet because it's still far away,
Yeah.
but its gravity affects the objects around it so much it changes their orbits.
Hmm.
So it could be Nibiru.
Oh.
The flood story? That shit true. But it was likely came from the younger Dryas period. It's not dry ass, it should be called wet ass.
Dry ass period.
Ben Shapiro would call it the dry ass, but I call it the wet ass.
The wet ass. Okay.
And it could have been from, there's a lot of theories as to why the entire Earth flooded, and this is immediately after the Ice Age.
Mm-hmm.
I say because all the ice fucking melted at once.
Yeah.
Because as the planet heated up, or an asteroid hit it.
Yeah, who knows? I don't
We've been hit a few times, bitches.
Yes, we have.
And so that is the story of the fucking Anunnaki.
Mm-hmm.
You're
That's
welcome.
cool. Yeah. Thanks, Zachariah Stitchin.
He's a lion sack of turd.
Is
Well,
he
he's
still
not
around, or is he dead?
He's dead now.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. But he's the whole Ancient Alien show came from his work.
Yeah.
Because he wrote one book called Chariot of the Gods, which I have read. It's very boring. You'd think with a story like that, with all that fucking
No,
and slavery, like it would
boring.
be spicy, right? No, it's dumb. And I read it back when I was like 17, and I was like, okay, bouquet.
Bouquet.
But ancient
Ancient astronaut theorists.
well, they say yes to all this, and that's why that whole show exists.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you, do yourself a favor and go watch season 1, episode 1 of Ancient Aliens. Because it's actually good.
I thought you were going to say Battlestar Galactica.
Go watch that shit too.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, the first episode of Ancient Aliens is fucking legit.
Okay, cool.
I think it's like there's an argument to be made that some of that shit may be true.
Who knows? I certainly don't know. I'm a moron.
Are you a scientist?
No.
But you're a doctor of the paranormal.
Yeah, I'm a doctor that dropped out of art college.
Who gave you your doctorate?
The internet.
Oh, okay. Do you guys know that I am a reverend?
Oh, Reverend Lillian?
That's correct.
Yes.
I am a minister. I can perform weddings.
Oh, boy.
I got that off the internet, too.
Yeah.
I'm registered in town as the only satanic priestess.
That's true.
I'm not a Satanist. I just thought it was fucking funny.
Yeah, she accepted it.
The lady looked at me. I wish you guys could have seen the clerk's face.
Sorry.
She was like, yeah, cut it out.
I just swallowed spit wrong.
Well, quit swallowing wrong.
I don't mean to.
The Annunaki fucked up if we can't even swallow our own spit right.
No.
No, but the lady looked at me and just like, give me a fucking break. And I was like, put it down. Put it down there. I've only performed, and I didn't perform a wedding. I just signed a marriage license. So if you want to come to Eureka Springs, I will totally marry your ass. So there. I'm just letting Merris make sounds that shouldn't be on the radio.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. So, yeah, if you want to come to Eureka Springs and get married, look me up. I will marry you. This little fact about me, a little factoid. So, now we're going to do business time.
Business time.
Business time is an exciting time. And I don't have a lot of it today, but I want to talk about our Patreon. And if I'm talking weird, that's because I'm desperately trying to give Merris my iced tea so he stops choking on his own spit. Yeah, you can sit down now. And you could say, well, Lillian, you could edit this out. Bitch, listen.
No, we can't.
No, I can't. I'm busy.
This is live.
We're doing it. Fuck it. We're doing it live. Yeah. So business time. Our Patreon. We are doing so many cool things. I just covered Shelley Miscavige from the Scientology. And I'm going to be doing my next Patreon episode, which I'm recording tomorrow, is going to be like first responders, like EMTs, police, firemen, and stuff like that, encountering really weird supernatural stuff at the scenes of like various accidents and things like that. Here, Merris, get you another drink.
The tickle won't go away.
We're just going to wait until we're just going to awkwardly sit here while he gulps.
Yeah.
Oh, you're having such a hard time.
I'm just falling apart here.
Okay, so, like, I think that would be really cool. Like, all the weird paranormal stuff that EMTs and firemen and stuff see at the scenes of crimes and accidents and deaths and stuff like that. So that's what tomorrow's Patreon episode will be about. It will be up Tuesday. So if you want to listen to that, you can find that and 600 hours plus of content on our Patreon. Because we've had our Patreon the whole time we've had our podcast.
Yeah.
And, man, there's a lot of content.
Yeah.
In addition, we have another podcast.
Yeah, it's Reality with your host, me, Merris.
You.
And Lillian over there.
I'm over here.
We discuss reality TV and anything else I feel like watching. Could be movies, I don't know.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
Like if you want to make a request for Merris to watch something and it's not violent and gory or mean to women or anything, or porn, he will watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's our other podcast. You can find that in the description. Just go to our link tree. You can find our Patreon there, our merch. We have some good merch like cups and shirts and hoodies and shit. It's almost hoodie weather. I know it's not now, but it's close. It's close. So another thing. Oh, God, my brain is just fried. Oh, it's almost my birthday.
Yeah.
I'm going to be 45 on September 3rd.
Dang.
So included is, and no pressure. You do not have to get me anything, but my little Amazon wish list is at the bottom. I'm really obsessed with cross-stitching again and candy. And T-shirts.
Yeah.
But if you want to give me a little present to say happy birthday, Lillian, feel free. You can also send monies to our coffee or my PayPal, whatever. You can say happy 45th birthday, Lillian. Can't believe you're 45. You sound 12.
Dang.
I'm not very mature. That's okay. Otherwise, that's all the business I have, unless you have business.
No, I just want to cough into the microphone really bad.
Okay, well, we're going to go, so that stops.
Yeah.
If you're listening on YouTube, please hit like, subscribe, the notification bell, and comment go eat shit, Lillian, or whatever you're going to say.
Yeah.
And I thank you. And if all you can do to support this podcast is listen, it's for you, and I appreciate it. But I'm going to go now. He's about to explode. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Us on your social media platform of choice. Linktree/Cruelty has all the links. Check out our Patreon for exclusive episodes, merch, ad-free episodes, live ghost hunts, and much more. Please be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded weekly. Thank you so much. See you next time. Music and production by Libby.